So today we are talking about recycling. We're going to start with textile recovery. And I know I say this all the time. I have a bunch of bags in my spare room of clothes that, maybe my dogs have chewed on, or those missing socks. And I'm a big recycler. I hate throwing things away. But I know that I can't really put my recycled textiles in the recycling bin with my plastics and paper and all that business. So tell me a little bit about this. I guess there's a statewide initiative underway to recycle more textiles.
There is. The town of Barnstable is going to be partnering with 3 other entities, the Mass Department of Environmental Protection, the Secondary Materials and Recycled Textiles Association, and that is a tongue twister, and then the Council for Textile Recycling as well. And working together with all of these different entities, the town is hoping to reduce the amount of textiles that goes into its trash. As I think we've talked about on numerous occasions, it costs quite a bit of money for us to throw away our trash. Approximately, actually, very specifically, $65 a ton for trash disposal. Actually, it's $55 a ton for the disposal fee, and then $12 a ton for transportation. So it's actually $67 a ton for all of the trash we dispose of. So every bit of recycled materials we can keep out of the trash, no matter what kind of recycled materials it is, it reduces the amount of trash we've got to pay to dispose of, because under our current contract, we're not spending anything to dispose of our recyclables. So that's really the goal here, and I think it's always interesting for folks to hear some of the details, some of the specific facts associated with things, and I'll sort of read these off rather quickly. 85% of the textiles typically get thrown away,
wow,
which is a huge amount, and they mainly end up in, of course, our incinerators and our landfills. About 230,000 tons a year, that is, gets thrown away. And what I think a lot of people don't understand is 95% of all of these textiles can be recycled or reused in one way or another. 6% of all of the waste that ends up in our transfer station, typically, and at our landfills, and then gets incinerated in many cases, these are textiles. So you can see that there's an awful lot of opportunity here to get the kinds of things out of our trash stream that cost us money and that can truly be recycled. I know we've got a poster that we'll be showing shortly that sort of goes into some detail about the kinds of things that we can include. And basically you can see that list essentially includes every kind of textile you can imagine.
Absolutely.
The only things that we are not able to put into our textiles are the kinds of things that ultimately will end up in the swap shop, oily rags, anything that's dirty or mildewed. We actually do take carpets at the landfill, but they're not to be put in where the textiles are located. So you can see essentially everything else is fine. And we have a location at the transfer station. I think a lot of people are not really aware of it. We've got 4 or 5 bins that are located behind the recycled area. A little bit hard to find. And certainly after we finish the redesign of the transfer station, which will happen over the next year or so, things will be much more efficiently placed. But for the time being, we do have a location, and I think we'll have one more slide maybe that just we'll be able to use to show people the bins, the containers that will receive all the recyclables that you want to put there. So that's what we're hoping people will do. We know that we all operate from patterns. We get used to doing things, and for many of us it can be easier just to throw it away.
Right.
But when you think about the implications of that, you think about the ability to reuse so many of these products, and then to save the ratepayers at the transfer station a little bit of money to reduce the cost of disposal. It's a win-win situation all the way around. So we're hoping folks will participate with the program. We're going to be putting out posters around town just to remind people about this issue and about the Textile Recovery Initiative. And one of the other reasons that I'm doing this is that by participating in this program, we can increase the grant money that we get from Mass DEP as well.
Wonderful.
So it's another side benefit. So we're excited about the program, looking forward to seeing people participate, try to make it as easy as we can, explain it to people, and keep reminding them, and hopefully it'll be a success all the way around.